Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Darrow here with another Options and Play video update. I've done a few videos over the last month, 2 months, talking about these make or break patterns, which we've really been trying to find in wherever they may pop up, right? I mean, sometimes it's the indices, sometimes it's on individual stocks, and actually right now I think there's one forming on TLT, so on bonds. Now these make or break patterns, what I really like about them is that there you have like a reasonable suspicion that the stock, or in this case this ETF, should have a significant move over a shorter time period, right? And sometimes that's because it's entered a consolidation and there's a catalyst coming up. Sometimes it's just like a strict a straight technical point, right, where it's gotten to like a level where something has to give. And I think actually right now TLT has a little bit of both. So you can see that, I mean, year to date, it's just been a very methodical stair-stepping downtrend, right? Every single low has been lower. Every single bounce has failed at a lower spot, right? Just stair step, stair step, stair step, stair step, right? Just riding a trend lower. I mean, all 6 months this year, just riding a trend lower. For most of the year, it was the 8 EMA and the 20-day, which are the green and pink lines, respectively. But it did actually test the 50-day, which is the black line, at the end of February, and you can see it failed directly at that, which ended up starting the next move to the downside. So what you'll notice is right now we're getting a bounce, we're testing the 50-day, and what comes next, right? Well, not only is this like an interesting technical spot, but what's coming next on the calendar is kind of like a big month. I mean, we have the CPI reading in a week and a half. We got the start of earnings season, and then later in July is the FOMC rate decision, and like the really pivotal stretch of earnings. So we're at like a spot technically where something's got to give. I mean, if it breaks the year-to-date downtrend, you'd be expecting a pretty sizable move. I mean, just based off of how steady this trend has been, how consistent, right? If it breaks out of the year-to-date downtrend, I mean, I'd be expecting a pretty sizable move. On the opposite side, if it fails, well, I mean, we've seen what happens many times when it fails and starts to trade lower. It's like within a matter of about 2 to 3 weeks, right? It ends up putting in a lower low, right? So did it the bounce? Well, it wasn't much of a bounce, but lower low over about a 2 week stretch, right? This bounce, which failed 3 weeks later, lower low. This bounce failed 2 weeks lower, right? Bounce failed 2 weeks lower. Bounce failed 3 weeks lower. So you get the point. Every time it's failed very consistently, 2 to 3 weeks lower, 2 to 3 weeks later, it's put in a lower low. So in this case, a lower low would be below 109, 108, excuse me, below 108. So stock is the TLT is at about 116. Recent low is 108. It's an 8 point move, right? So breakout seems to be room higher on a rollover and a breakdown. There seems to be room lower. So to me, it seems like an interesting pattern, and especially with what's coming up on the calendar, it seems like it might be some firepower for like a really sharp move. So this is definitely something I'm going to be paying attention to. So take a look. Let me know what you think. All right. So if you like this video and you're looking for more information about these make or break patterns, please follow up with the link in the description of the video for more information on options to play. Have a great night. Stay well, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.